సార్
నౌ
అన్ని
నౌ
చేస్తే
రైట్
అప్లై.
రైట్ ఓకే ఇప్పుడు వచ్చింది.
ఓకే
ఇప్పుడు వచ్చింది. రైట్. థ్యాంక్ యూ. గుడ్ ఈవినింగ్ టు ఆల్ ఆఫ్ యూ.
గుడ్ ఈవినింగ్ సార్.
Previous class already we have discussed broadly about the various aspects relating to training, on the job training, and other important aspects relating to off the job training methods also. Then let us go by the concept performance appraisal today, and how far the performance appraisal helps the organization to go by the evaluation of the after training, what is the employee's performance, how they can make out how they can perform job better, and how better they can improve the performance, or what are the remedial measures to be taken improvement of the performance. All these aspects that we are going to discuss now. How you will measure the performance of the employee, that is also very, very important issue now. So before going able to go through the basically measure is a technical term which is used to measure the performance of the employee, what is actually needed performance, and how best he is able to perform, and what to what extent he is able to achieve the target, to what extent he is able to achieve the target. So whether he is performing to the required target level, or he is requires further still training, or he is able to do better, and what is the other technical aspects that he has to learn, and all these aspects are needed to be assessed in the case of the performance appraisal system. So let us go with the screen share now. The online share, right? 1 minute. Share the screen. Okay. Right. So these are the various topics already we have discussed in the previous classes. Now, meaning and objectives of the HRM, definition of the process of performance appraisal, features of HRIS, recruitment, sources of recruitment, recruitment techniques, recruitment process. Now, in this particularly process of training, methods of training, and job evaluation. Actually, these are the various important elements what to be understood now in this class. Let us briefly sum up, and then on the basis of that, we will proceed further. So let us go by the concept instead of going for the performance appraisal now. Let us go by the topic that is job evaluation for today, and in హలో
Yes, sir.
చెప్పు వినపడుతున్నా నేను.
Yes, sir.
Job evaluation is an attempt to determine and compare the demands which the normal performance of a particular job makes on the normal worker. So how the normal worker is going to perform a specific job? What are the job requirements for that? That means what is required by the doing the job in a better way. These are the various important elements, and how far a normal worker without taking into consideration the individual abilities of the performance of the worker. అంటే ఇండివిజువల్ ఎబిలిటీస్ మనం లెక్కలోకి తీసుకోకుండా మామూలుగా ఒక నార్మల్ ఎంప్లాయీ ఏ రకంగా వర్క్ ని పెర్ఫామ్ చేయగలుగుతాడు అనేటువంటిది దట్ ఈస్ జాబ్ ఎవాల్యుయేషన్ ప్రాసెస్. ఇక్కడ మనం గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి, ఇక్కడ మనం ఎవాల్యుయేట్ చేసేది ఎంప్లాయీని ఎవాల్యుయేట్ చేయడం లేదు, జాబ్ ని ఎవాల్యుయేట్ చేస్తున్నాం. సో అంటే ఏంటి, ఒక జాబ్ ఏ రకంగా ఉండాలి, ఒక జాబ్ ని ఏ రకంగా మనం పెర్ఫామ్ చేస్తాము, ఆ రకంగా చేసేటప్పుడు జాబ్ లో ఉండేటువంటి క్రిటికాలిటీస్ ఏంటి అనేటువంటి కూడా మనం క్లియర్ గా ఐడెంటిఫై చేస్తాం. జస్ట్ చూడండి. రైట్. Next, what are the objectives of job evaluation? Just now we are discussing on that. So develop the job standards, first of all. Developing the standard procedure for determining the relative worth of the job. So when we can say that a particular job is perfectly done. కొంచెం మళ్ళీ డీటెయిల్డ్ గా చెప్తాను, ఒక్క నిమిషం.
Okay, sir.
మనకి జాబ్ ఎవాల్యుయేషన్ ప్రాసెస్ లో మనం జాబ్ ఎవాల్యుయేషన్ అనేటువంటి టైటిల్ తో స్టార్ట్ చేసాం క్లాసు. సో ఈ జాబ్ ఎవాల్యుయేషన్ లో మనకి మీనింగ్ ఏంటి, ఆబ్జెక్టివ్స్ ఆఫ్ జాబ్ ఎవాల్యుయేషన్ ఏంటి, with what objective we are evaluating the job, what are the methods of job evaluation, what are the advantages or the problems. These are the various contents we need to learn in this particular process. So job evaluation means, కొంచెం స్లోగా అండర్స్టాండ్ చేసుకోండి, డిస్టర్బెన్స్ ఉంది వాళ్ళ. సో ఇక్కడ కూడా right. So in the case of job analysis, job description, job specification, and the last one is said to be job evaluation. Job description means describing the job, what are the requirements. Job specification means what an employee should have to do the particular job. And job analysis means what is the role of the job in the total organization. మీకు ఈ నాలుగింటికి కూడా క్లియర్ గా డిఫరెన్స్ తెలియాలి. జాబ్ డిస్క్రిప్షన్ అంటే ఏంటి, అసలు జాబ్ ఏంటి, దాన్ని ఏ రకంగా మనం డిస్క్రైబ్ చేస్తున్నాము, దానికి ఉండేటువంటి డిపార్ట్మెంట్ నేమ్ ఏంటి, వాళ్ళు చేసేటువంటి వర్క్ పొజిషన్ ఏంటి, ఇవన్నీ కూడా జాబ్ డిస్క్రిప్షన్. దెన్ సెకండ్ ఏంటి, జాబ్ అనాలిసిస్. సో డ్యూరింగ్ దట్ పర్టికులర్ జాబ్ అనాలిసిస్ వాట్ అన్ ఎంప్లాయీ షుడ్ పెర్ఫార్మ్ when it can be said that a good better performance. Then finally job specification. In the case of job specification, what an employee need and what are the skills that are required. All these aspects that comes under job specification. Then lastly, coming to the job evaluation process. Here, the relative worth of the job is identified in a particular organization. సో హియర్ ఈ జాబ్ ఎవాల్యుయేషన్ ప్రాసెస్ లో ఒక నార్మల్ పెర్ఫార్మెన్స్ ఉన్నటువంటి వర్కర్ ఏ రకంగా మన జాబ్ చేస్తాడు. సో ఇండివిజువల్ ఎబిలిటీస్ పక్కన పెట్టండి. సో ఒక నార్మల్ వర్కర్ ఏ రకంగా మనం పెర్ఫార్మెన్స్ చేయగలుగుతాడు. సో ఆ వర్క్ ని ఏ రకంగా చేసినట్లయితే బెటర్ పెర్ఫార్మెన్స్ అని అంటాం. ఇవి మనకి దీంట్లో జాబ్ ఎవాల్యుయేషన్ లో మెయిన్ గా ఉండేటువంటి యాక్టివిటీ. సో ఈ జాబ్ ఎవాల్యుయేషన్ యొక్క ఆబ్జెక్టివ్స్ ఏమున్నాయి? డెవలపింగ్ ద స్టాండర్డ్ ప్రొసీజర్ ఫర్ డిటర్మైనింగ్ ద రిలేటివ్ వర్త్ ఆఫ్ ద జాబ్ ఇన్ ద ఓవరాల్ ఆర్గనైజేషనల్ కాంటెక్స్ట్. What is the worth of this particular job? Say in a particular organization, which job is more important, which job is lesser critical. ఇక్కడ చూడండి, ఒక బ్యాంక్ లో ఉంది, క్యాష్ కౌంటర్ ఇస్ ఎ క్రిటికల్ ఏరియా బికాస్ ఇట్ ఈస్ డైరెక్ట్లీ రిలేటెడ్ టు ద పర్సన్ పబ్లిక్. ఈవెన్ the person who is in the cash counter, he cannot move out without taking the proper measures of closing the doors, etc. So that is a very critical aspect. In case of loan processing, like that, relative worth of the jobs will be considered. Then, second important is equitable wage differentials between the different jobs in an organization. What are equitable wage differentials? So when we are talking about the wages of a particular employee, when we are talking about the wages of the different employees, how far it is possible? What is the possibility of wage differentials? To what extent the wages of different employees may be different? These aspects are to be identified. Then, coming to the next aspect is that removing wage and salary inequalities. Nowadays, in majority of the organizations, the difference between the employees who are performing the same type of the job or same category of the job, that is completely different. If two persons working for the same job, for the same criticality of the job, they are paid with the two different payments. That is another. That is to be removed. So, when the two jobs are evaluated as the same rank, then in such a case, we should pay equal compensation for both the employees on that. And basis for the incentives and bonus. On what basis you can provide the job? On what basis you can give the bonus, and on what basis you can provide the incentive? This is said to be job evaluation is the basis. So on the basis of determining the relative worth of the job in the organization, we will go by the providing incentives to the employees. Say, for example, an employee has to produce 10 units in a particular hour. So that 10 units per hour is the job evaluation basis. So if an employee performs 10 out of 10, yes, he is 100% efficient. Then on the basis of that type of evaluation, bonus also can be given to the employee. Next, facilitating the career planning in the organization. When once all the jobs are equally measured or equally elaborately analyzed and evaluated, employees will have a clear understanding about what is the next job or next role he can assign and what is the next activity he can take up in a particular organization. These are the various objectives for the job evaluation process. Then process of job evaluation is the main essay question in that area. So what is the process of job evaluation in that? మా ఏమన్నా కొంచెం అర్థమవుతుందా అండి? ఏమన్నా ఎలాబరేట్ చేసి చెప్పనా?
అర్థమవుతుంది.
కొంచెం కొంచెం డిస్టర్బెన్స్ ఉంది. అంటే నేను కొంచెం వేరే యాక్టివిటీలో ఉండడంతో గమ్మ రైట్ టైం రాలేకపోయాను. సో ఇది డిలే అవడంతో కన్ఫ్యూజన్ జనరేట్ అయింది.
పర్వాలేదు సార్.
ఇప్పుడు బాగానే ఉంది కదమ్మా? అర్థమవుతుందా? ఏమన్నా చెప్పమంటే చెప్పండి, చెప్తాను, ఇబ్బంది లేదు. మీకు మెయిన్ గా ఈ యూనిట్ నెంబర్ 13 అమ్మ, ఈ యూనిట్ నెంబర్ 13 లో మీకు 3 క్వశ్చన్స్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ గా తీసుకోండి. జాబ్ ఎవాల్యుయేషన్ మీనింగ్ ఒకటి, వాట్ ఆర్ ద ఆబ్జెక్టివ్స్ ఆఫ్ జాబ్ ఎవాల్యుయేషన్ అనేది షార్ట్ క్వశ్చన్స్ లో ఉంటుంది. మెథడ్స్ ఆఫ్ జాబ్ ఎవాల్యుయేషన్ అనేది చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్ ఎస్ఏ క్వశ్చన్స్ లో ఉంటుంది. సో వాట్ ఆర్ ద ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ ఆఫ్ జాబ్ ఎవాల్యుయేషన్ కూడా అప్పుడప్పుడు కాన్సన్ట్రేట్ చేయాల్సిన అవసరం ఉంటుంది. సో మెథడ్స్ ఆఫ్ జాబ్ ఎవాల్యుయేషన్ ప్రోగ్రామ్స్, ఈ రెండు మనం ఇంపార్టెంట్ గా ఆస్పెక్ట్ తీసుకోవాలి. దీంట్లోంచి యూనిట్ నెంబర్ 13 లో జాబ్ ఎవాల్యుయేషన్ మెథడ్స్, జాబ్ ఎవాల్యుయేషన్ ప్రిన్సిపల్స్, ప్రాసెస్, ఇవి చదువుకుంటే మీకు కొంచెం బెనిఫిట్ అవుతుంది. సో ఫస్ట్ ఇన్ దట్ ప్రాసెస్ ఆఫ్ జాబ్ ఎవాల్యుయేషన్ లో ఫస్ట్ పెర్ఫార్మ్ జాబ్ ఎనాలిసిస్. ఇప్పుడు దాకా మనం చెప్పింది అదే, జాబ్ ఎనాలిసిస్ క్యారీ అవుట్ చేయాలి. జాబ్ ఎనాలిసిస్ లో అసలు జాబ్ ఏంటి, దాని యొక్క ఇంపార్టెన్స్ ఏంటి, వాటి స్టేజెస్ ఏమున్నాయి, అవన్నీ మనం ఎనాలిసిస్ చేస్తాం. Second one, job description. Already ఇప్పుడు 2 times చెప్పాను. థర్డ్ వన్ జాబ్ స్పెసిఫికేషన్, అది కూడా చేయాలి. అందుకనే మీకు జాబ్ అనాలిసిస్, జాబ్ డిస్క్రిప్షన్, జాబ్ స్పెసిఫికేషన్ వస్తేనే మీరు జాబ్ ఎవాల్యుయేషన్ చేయగలుగుతారు. నెక్స్ట్, రేటింగ్ ఆఫ్ ద జాబ్ బై యూజింగ్ ప్రీ డిటర్మైన్డ్ సిస్టమ్. సో విచ్ జాబ్ ఈజ్ క్రిటికల్, విచ్ జాబ్ ఈజ్ ఈజీ, విచ్ జాబ్ ఈజ్ మోర్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ ఫర్ ద అచీవ్మెంట్ ఆఫ్ ఆర్గనైజేషనల్ గోల్స్. All these aspects have to be measured against the predetermined system and predetermined predetermined system. Then creation of the job hierarchy. So when once you created the when once you rated the jobs against the other systems, then create the job hierarchy. Which job is lower rank, which job is higher rank, and then. So in the same way, assistant manager, manager, senior manager, general manager, like that hierarchy is to be set up. Then classify the jobs on the basis of their criticality. These are the various important processes you have to follow. So what are the advantages of job analysis? What are the problems of job analysis? Let us go with that. And then after that, we will go for the main important question. That is, what are the advantages of that one? And job analysis, basically, what is the main advantage is that what all we studied till now, that is very, very essential. So when we are talking about the job evaluation process, that helps for developing the equitable and that helps for the development of equitable wage distribution. సో ఎవరెవరికి ఎంతెంత పేమెంట్స్ ఇవ్వాలి, కాంపెన్సేషన్ ఏ రకంగా ఫిక్స్ చేయాలనేది జాబ్ ఎవాల్యుయేషన్ లో మనకి హెల్ప్ అవుతుంది. ఇట్ హెల్ప్స్ ఫర్ డిక్లైనింగ్ ద నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ ఇంటర్నల్ కాన్ఫ్లిక్ట్స్ బిట్వీన్ ద ఎంప్లాయీ. So when a person claims that, sir, I am doing more work, but I am paid less, whereas the other person is not doing any work, but he is paid more. This type of conflicts are very normal in the case of organizations. That conflicts can be avoided with the help of the job analysis program. And then through wage rate uniformity, you can get the information on that. So wage rate uniformity, job evaluation simplifies wage administration also. When to declare bonus, when to declare increments, all these aspects can be easily done with the help of job evaluation process. Job evaluation spotting out the new jobs into the existing wage and salary income levels. So what are the new jobs that I can create within the particular job structure or within the organization structure? What is the new jobs that I can do? What are the new jobs I can introduce into that? ఇప్పుడు చూడండి, మనం కస్టమర్ రిలేషన్స్ ఆఫీసర్ అని, తర్వాత అలాగే మనం ఆర్గనైజేషన్లోకి వెళ్తున్నప్పుడు సర్వీస్ సపోర్ట్ అని, అట్లా మనం డిఫరెంట్ జాబ్స్ వస్తున్నాయి. ఈ రకంగా మనం డిఫరెంట్ స్టేజెస్ లో మనం ఆర్గనైజేషన్ లో జాబ్స్ క్రియేట్ చేయడానికి కూడా మనకి ఇది యూజ్ అవుతుంది. Performance basically mostly depends on the machine rather than the work. In such a case, job evaluation provides a realistic basis for the determination of the job adder. Nowadays, most of the works are carried out through the machines only. But at the same time, when the job involves human character, then when the job involves a human character, then it is very easy to evaluate that particular job evaluate that particular job, and we can pay compensation in a most rational way by carrying out the job evaluation process. These are the various aspects in it. Then, lastly, what are the problems in that? When we are talking about the problems of job evaluation, it is very, very difficult to rank the jobs. Which job is more important means it is not possible to say. Every job is important in the organization structure. So which job is higher, which job is lower, that is very, very difficult to identify. Second one, how to relate the work to the payment. So somebody says that I am doing a critical work, hence I need to be paid more. Somebody says that I am working for more time on a particular job, hence I need to be paid more. అంటే నేను చాలా ఎక్కువ టైం పని చేస్తున్నాను కాబట్టి నాకు ఎక్కువ అమౌంట్ ఇవ్వాలని ఒక్కళ్ళు చెప్తారు. లేదండి, మేము చేసేటువంటి జాబ్ లో క్రిటికాలిటీ ఎక్కువ ఉంది కాబట్టి మాకు ఎక్కువ అమౌంట్ పే చేయాలి, కాంపెన్సేషన్ ఎక్కువ ఉండాలి, ఈ జాబ్ ని మనం క్రైటీరియాగా తీసుకోవాలి, ఈ రకమైనటువంటి ఇంపార్టెన్స్ ఎక్కువగా ఉంటాయి. సో ఇవన్నీ కూడా ద వేరియస్ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ దట్ విల్ డెఫినెట్లీ క్రాప్ అప్. Then now we are coming to the most important element, that is methods of job evaluation process. In the case of methods of job evaluation process, there are two basic methods are there. One is a quantitative and non-quantitative method. So this method, let us go in an elaborate way so that you will be able to understand. So first one, non-quantitative methods. What is a non-quantitative? We are not using any sort of mathematical values or so. We are comparing the jobs. We are comparing with one job with another. Then we are ranking the jobs. First one, that is called a ranking method. In the case of ranking method, we use it to rank the jobs with one another and job as a whole and other jobs, we arrange them in a sequential order. Which job is more important? Which job is next? Like that, we will arrange the jobs in a sequence and then we will try to identify what is the job evaluation process on that. Three different job techniques are available in the case of ranking method. One is describe the job properly, right from the beginning to the end. Then all the jobs, when description is over, then we will identify which job is more important, which job requires more analytical skills, which job takes more amount of work, and like that. Then second important method is that is paired comparison method. This is also a ranking method only. In the ranking method, we are having three methods under the ranking method. So first non-quantitative methods under that one. First one ranking method. Under the ranking method, first one is job description. The second one is paired comparison. So two jobs are compared with each other and then we will rank them against another. Then again another two jobs will be compared and again we will go for the comparison. Pair the most difficult job against the easiest job. That is one step. Then pair the job which is having low criticality to the less criticality. Pair the job with the low time taking process with more amount of time taking process. In different characteristics, we will go by the right. We will go by different stages and then we will rank them accordingly. That is called as paired comparison method. Then ranking along with a number line. So by taking a separate characteristic, the rank may be given by the line number. So we will draw a straight line and we will number that straight line in such a way that 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 like that. And we will put the job in any one of these places and again we will compare. That is called as a ranking method. So what are the merits of the ranking method? What are the demerits of the ranking method? It is very easy, very simplest method. So just compare, just describe or place a particular job. That's all. That is very easy. It is very much economical also to carry out. There is no cost is involved in this. Then there is no wastage and there is no control time here. But what are the demerits are here? The demerits is that just to reveal the importance of one job with the another, but whereas it will not provide any sort of solution. So what all the subjective statements or subjective judgments of different persons will be there in it. Subjective statements of the different person. One person will feel that, yes, this employee is very better. He is doing better work. Always, that is a that comparisons always will come. Then another thing is that rather than it should familiarize the work to the job but not ranked. So for a person, this ranking method will provide the understanding about the jobs, but it will not give appropriate ranks on that. These are the various aspects you have to understand on the job evaluation, that two methods of job evaluation. Then coming to the another second one, that is grading method. In the case of grading method, we go by classification method, develop the job grades. So this is followed in the case of the most of the governmental organizations. Earlier days we used to say that clerical grade, supervisor grade, officer grade, like that. So develop different job grades. ఇప్పుడు మనం అదే అంటున్నాం కదా గ్రూప్ 1 సర్వీసెస్ గ్రూప్ 2 సర్వీసెస్ గ్రూప్ 3 గ్రూప్ 4 like that. So these are different grades. Develop the job grade or job class. So understand the different elements of each job and then you grade them according to that particular element. Just go by the another important one. So then we go by the written description is to be used for defining the job grade. On what basis you are grading the particular jobs? That is also a very, very important element. Then we classify the jobs into appropriate grades depending on the category or depending on the degree to which the characteristics of the grade comparison is made. So we first, in the case of grading system, what we will do, we will put some different grades of the employee of the organization. Grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, like that. So then we will place each and every job in any one of these grades, and finally we will decide what is the grade of that particular job. Right? That is called as grading method. Grading method has its own merits and limitations. So it is very simple and easy to understand. That's also known to us. But more systematic and accurate grades cannot be prepared. So how to grade them, how to divide economical factors into non-economical factors, and it helps only for the wage differentiation. Wage administration, it is very easy. So top class 4 employees should be paid less, class 1 employees should be paid high, and like that. But it does not serve any purpose, or it does not help us to make any sort of element in the case of training and all. So this is again subjected to the demerits also. The demerits are said to be, we can say that it is also judgmental according to the individual fancies. Somebody say that 5 grades are required. Somebody says 6 grades, like that, so on and so forth. These are the two methods, non-quantitative method, ranking and grading. Then coming to the quantitative method. In the case of quantitative methods, we go by the quantitative methods. We go by the point rating method and the factor comparison method. In the case of point rating method, we go by detailed procedure in this particular element. So what is the point rating method? This is the most commonly used technique. Select the job to be evaluated. First select a job. So then choose the factors that are influencing that particular job. The stage selected jobs are analyzed and the factors common to all these jobs are identified. Different jobs which are having the same factor element that is identified, and each factor will be given a specific amount of points. For example, a skill is required. So for example, typing skill or otherwise DTP skills or computer skills. So all the jobs which are having a requirement of computer skills are treated as one aspect, and the ability of a person required to do a job, that is that is given for the result. Then define the factors. What are all the factors that are required that are to be defined? Then determine the degree of each factor. To what extent? To what extent the job is required? A specific degree of factor, and determine the value of these factors. So we will determine the value of each job factor. అంటే ఇక్కడ ఏం చేస్తున్నాం అంటేనండి సింపుల్ గా చెప్పేస్తాను. ఈ పాయింట్ రేటింగ్ మెథడ్ లో ప్రతి జాబ్ లో ఉండేటువంటి ఫ్యాక్టర్స్ ఐడెంటిఫై చేస్తాం. ప్రతి ఫ్యాక్టర్ కి కూడా మనం ఒక స్పెసిఫిక్ పాయింట్స్ అసైన్ చేస్తాం. ఈ పాయింట్స్ అసైన్ చేసిన తర్వాత ఆ డిగ్రీ ఆఫ్ కంపారిజన్ లో మనం ఈచ్ ఫ్యాక్టర్ ని ఎంత లెవెల్ కి మనం ఆర్గనైజేషన్ లో యూజ్ చేస్తున్నాము, ఆర్ స్పెసిఫిక్ జాబ్ లో యూజ్ చేస్తున్నాం అనేది డిసైడ్ చేస్తాం. Then on the basis of sum of all these factor points, then we decide the job value of the job. Then assigning the point value to the degree, that is what I told you. Determining the point values and so on. So lastly, we will assign the monetary value. This is an important element here. The assigning the monetary value to each of the job, assigning the monetary value to each of the job, and on the basis of that, we will fix the remuneration, compensation, and so on. These are said to be various aspects, that is point rating method. So in the case of non-quantitative methods, ranking, under that each ranking can be done on the basis of job description, ranking on the basis of paired comparison, ranking on the basis of the numbers, grading method. Under that again grading is done on the basis of different grades established in the organization. అంటే మొత్తం ఆర్గనైజేషన్ లో ఉన్న జాబ్స్ అన్నింటినీ మనం గ్రేడ్స్ రూపంలో డివైడ్ చేస్తాం. దెన్ ఈచ్ జాబ్ ఏ గ్రేడ్ లోకి వస్తుంది అనేది మనం అనలైజ్ చేస్తాం. దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ గ్రేడింగ్ యాజ్. ఇక్కడ మనం నంబర్స్ యూజ్ చేసే అవకాశం ఏం లేదు. మనం పాయింట్స్ మెన్షన్ చేయడం లేదు. సో దెన్ కమింగ్ టు ద క్వాంటిటేటివ్ మెథడ్స్, point rating method, in that each job is identified as one unit, and out of that, what are the factors that are influencing in performance of the job? What are the points that can be assigned for each factor? And then on the basis of sum up of the points, we will assign the relative worth of the job. And finally, each point or each factor is linked up with the monetary value, and on the basis of that, we will design the job. Then lastly, go with the factor comparison method. In this, selecting and defining the factors. Factor comparison method is a very sophisticated method actually. So factors, select first one, selecting and defining the factors. So in this, factors like skills, responsibility, working conditions, common to all. These are the various factors. Then selecting the key and representative jobs. We will identify what are the key jobs, what are the representative jobs in the organization. Rank the key jobs by their factor. Rank the key jobs by their factors. And deciding the key jobs for the rates. Then lastly, to go by the assigning the wage rate for each one. Then comparing the other jobs with the present job, and on the basis of that, we will assign the value to this. So these are the various aspects that you have to understand in this aspect. Then, so I hope you are able to cope up with, to some extent, even not 100%. It is some extent, it helps you to understand while reading this particular material or notes, you will come across these words at least on this. So, any doubts on this?
No, sir. No, sir.
Process of job evaluation. Next. Essentials of job evaluation. Essentials of job evaluation. This is the last aspect. Essentials of job evaluation. What are the various essentials that are required to carry out a job evaluation program? First one is that each and every employee of the organization should be given a clear thought. ఒక చిన్న మాట అండి, మన జాబ్ని ఎవరైనా అసెస్ చేస్తున్నారంటే మనం ఒక రకమైనటువంటి నెగిటివ్ ఫీలింగ్తో ఉంటాం. హూ ఆర్ యూ టు అసెస్ మై జాబ్, హూ ఆర్ యూ టు అసెస్ మై వర్క్, అండ్ సో ఆన్. Without this, first each employee of the organization should be given a clear idea about why the job analysis program is going, evaluation program is going out. So complete the information about the jobs, complete information about the objectives of the job evaluation, complete information about the methods of job evaluation process, that should be given to the employees. Then once they got convinced with the process, then it is easy for implementation of this one. The methods used in the job evaluation should be simple, easy, and understandable to the employees. మనం ఒక ఎక్స్పర్ట్ని తీసుకొచ్చి జాబ్ ఎవాల్యుయేషన్ చేస్తున్నాము అనే కంటే మనం చెప్పేటువంటి మెథడ్స్ ఏవైతే ఉన్నాయో వాటిని ఎంప్లాయీ కనుక అండర్స్టాండ్ చేసుకోగలిగినట్లయితే హీ విల్ కమ్ అప్ మోర్ విత్ రిలవెంట్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ఫర్ ద జాబ్ ఎవాల్యుయేషన్ ప్రాసెస్. Job evaluation process should be the receiver proper guidance from the top level manager. When I am assigning or evaluating a particular, when I am assigning a factor or when I am assigning a point to the job, unless I get support from the top level management, it is not easy for that. So the top level management support is always necessary. And unreasonable high cost structures are to be avoided. High cost administration also should be avoided in this. So these are the various important aspects. Significance of job evaluation program should be communicated to the various operating level managers. So first of all, we should be able to convince operating managers. Then only it is easy for us. Job evaluation program should include each and every group and grade of the job also. So grades పరంగా మనం జాబ్ ఎవాల్యుయేషన్ ప్రోగ్రామ్ ని మనం క్యారీ అవుట్ చేయాలి. So these are some of the essentials for the job evaluation program. And what are the advantages of the job evaluation? What are the limitations of the job evaluation? Already we almost we have clearly identified. And then, so that aspects also you make a preparation for that. Okay, Nama. So,
Yes.
as due to some urgent work, I wish to close the class today now at this point, and in the next class we will take up some other aspects. Right?
Okay, sir. Thanks.
Okay, na?
Okay.
Is there any other information from you?
No, sir.
Okay. Bye.
Bye, sir. Thank you so much.
I am closing the session right now.
Okay.